Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. The overwhelming majority of Syrian air defense systems that responded to last weekend's coalition strikes did so only after all 105 of the guided missiles had already successfully struck their targets. According to U.S. government sources with knowledge of the April 14th operation who spoke to the Daily Beast, Syrian air defense crews managed to launch just 2 interceptor missiles while the coalition strikes were ongoing, both of which failed to strike anything incoming. The sources requested anonymity to discuss the details of a recent military operation. The feeble air defense effort contrasts starkly to the ludicrous claims of success made by Syria's ally, Russia. In the aftermath of the strike, the Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that Syrian forces were successful in intercepting some 70% of the sophisticated standoff range, low-flying Western-guided munitions used in the strike despite using Soviet-era systems. Russian state media even carried reports of celebrations in Damascus on Saturday morning over what the regime touted as a highly successful air defense effort. In reality, Syrian forces fired 38 of the 40 interceptor missiles used only after the coalition's guided missiles had struck their targets, which included chemical weapons storage and manufacturing facilities near Homs and outside Damascus. Some of the Syrian launches were captured on amateur video footage. The exact sequencing of the Syrian response is unclear, but the Pentagon explained that the guided missiles used in the strikes were designed to strike within minutes of 4 a.m. local time in Syria on Saturday morning. All weapons hit their targets at very close to the designated time on target, of about 4 a.m. in Syria, Lieutenant General Kenneth F. Mackenzie noted in a press briefing on Saturday. All of our missiles impacted within a minute or two of that time, Mackenzie added. Earlier in the briefing, he described central Damascus, where the strikes destroyed 3 buildings, as one of the most heavily defended airspace areas in the world. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed, with a different total count of the number of missiles fired, that Syria successfully shot down 71 out of 103 missiles. In response to the Russian claims about the performance of its allies' air defenses, the Pentagon has countered by noting, on the record, that none of the US, British, or French missiles in the strike were intercepted. Mackenzie also confirmed on Saturday that none of Russia's advanced S-400 Triumph or S-300 surface-to-air missiles reacted to the strikes. It is hardly surprising that Syria's late Cold War-era air defense systems didn't fare too well against advanced low-observable and maneuverable standoff weapons like the U.S. Joint Air-to-Surface Standoff Missile Extended Range, JASSM-ER. U.S. JASSM-ER and Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles, French Scalp, and British Storm Shadow cruise missiles are designed to pose a challenge to adversary interceptors. Air-breathing long-range cruise missiles, because of their ability to fly low and generate a low heat signature in flight, are far from simple for enemy radars to acquire early enough in flight to successfully cue interceptors. These difficulties even remain a challenge for U.S. missile defense systems, and cruise missile defense is expected to feature prominently in the Trump administration's upcoming missile defense review. Looking at the chronology of Saturday's strikes and the targets that were ultimately struck, it's striking that the coalition did not assign any of its 105 guided missiles to a suppression of enemy air defense mission. The decision suggests that coalition planners were confident that these weapons could penetrate Syrian airspace successfully. Syria's decision to launch its interceptors after the coalition missiles had already struck may have been driven by a range of factors. Given that the regime seized on the Russian claim of successful intercepts and used it for internal propaganda ends, it's possible that setting off a concerted launch after the strikes would have given onlookers near Homs and Damascus the impression that the regime was fighting back, even as the coalition had in reality struck the targets it wanted to.